Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Capote from 2005. It's directed by Bennett Miller and stars Philip Seymour Hoffman and Catherine Keener. This film was nominated for several Academy Awards and even won one of them for Best Performance by an Actor for Philip Seymour Hoffman's portrayal of Truman Capote, one of America's most famous writers of all time. First off, this film is written by Dan Futterman, who longtime viewers might recognize from his role as the son Val in the film The Birdcage. Apparently he can adapt screenplays too, because this is a good one. Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest in peace, makes for an incredible Truman Capote as well. This isn't a film about Capote's entire life, just the 6 or so years that he was writing arguably his most famous work, In Cold Blood, which was a non-fiction novel based on the murder of a Kansas family one evening in 1959 by 2 young assailants. I know, 7 years sounds like a long time to write a book, but Truman Capote didn't really have an ending for the book until they were hanged for their crime, and with several stays of execution, that took quite a while. The centerpiece of this film is certainly Hoffman's performance, but a close second, for me at least, is how the film delves into the relationship between Truman Capote and Perry Lee, one of the convicted murderers he is writing about. The film kind of paints Truman Capote a bit ghoulishly, as he is constantly going to Perry for information so he can write this book, which early on he titles In Cold Blood, but doesn't tell the convicted murderers because they think he's writing the book with a positive spin where they're concerned, and he most certainly is not. He even admits to it at around year 5 that he has everything he needs for the book except the ending, and he is waiting for them to die. 4 years previous, he had gotten them a new lawyer to get them stays of execution because he needed them so he could get the info to write his book, but by the end when they write saying they need a new lawyer again, he lies and says that after an exhaustive search he couldn't find one, when in truth he didn't look at all. Luckily, after they are finally hanged for their crimes, his good friend Harper Lee calls him out for his actions in a phone call where he is talking about how traumatizing watching the hanging was. This film is great, with a strong script and an incredible performance from Philip Seymour Hoffman, whose passing still bums me out because we lost a very good actor. I'm going to give Capote an A and move on tomorrow back to Marvel territory with a trilogy of Captain America films, beginning with Captain America: The First Avenger. See y'all then.